McDonald's menu has seen some wild experiments, but some of their best items were pulled too soon. From pizzas to wraps, let's dive into the McDonald's discontinued items we desperately want back and why they might have disappeared. When you think of McDonald's, classics like Big Macs, fries, and McNuggets probably come to mind. But this fast food giant has always experimented with bold, sometimes bizarre, menu items. Unfortunately, not all of them have stood the test of time. Today, we're exploring the stories behind McDonald's discontinued items, the ones fans can't stop talking about. Why were they removed, and could they ever return? Let's find out. Arch Deluxe. In 1996, McDonald's launched the Arch Deluxe, positioning it as a sophisticated burger for adults. This wasn't your average fast food sandwich. It featured premium ingredients like a quarter-pound patty, peppered bacon, a potato flour bun, and a tangy mustard mayo sauce. The marketing campaign was one of McDonald's most expensive ever, costing over $300 million. Ads portrayed kids turning their noses up at the burger, emphasizing that it was designed for grown-ups. But the campaign backfired. Customers were confused by the messaging, and the higher price tag didn't help. While the Arch Deluxe tasted great, it didn't fit with McDonald's family-friendly image. By 2000, the burger was retired, but it remains a cult favorite among those who tried it. Fun fact, the Arch Deluxe occasionally appears on Reddit threads as one of the most requested items for a McDonald's revival. Could it work today as a premium, limited-time offering? Many fans think so. Big and Tasty. Introduced in 1997, the Big and Tasty was McDonald's direct response to Burger King's Whopper. It featured a quarter-pound beef patty topped with fresh lettuce, a thick tomato slice, pickles, diced onions, and a smoky, slightly tangy sauce. It was meant to be a more grown-up burger, bridging the gap between McDonald's value offerings and premium options, like the Angus Third Pounder. Despite its flavor and affordability, the Big and Tasty faced stiff competition. McDonald's already had a strong lineup of iconic burgers, including the Big Mac and Quarter Pounder, which overshadowed the newcomer. Over time, the Big and Tasty became less prominent, and by the early 2010s, it quietly disappeared from most menus. Fans were divided. Some considered it the perfect blend of flavor and price, while others felt it didn't offer enough to stand out. Despite its discontinuation, the Big and Tasty has maintained a loyal fan base that continues to reminisce about its smoky, savory flavor. McDLT. The McDLT, introduced in 1984, was a burger with a twist that set it apart from any other fast food offering at the time. The name stood for McDonald's lettuce and tomato, emphasizing its fresh, high-quality ingredients. Its unique selling point was the two-compartment styrofoam container, which kept the hot components, like the burger patty and bottom bun, separate from the cold ingredients, including lettuce, tomato, and top bun. Customers loved the DIY aspect of assembling the burger themselves, as it gave a sense of control over the meal's freshness. The McDLT was particularly appealing to those who hated the soggy lettuce and limp tomatoes that were common with pre-assembled burgers. However, its reliance on styrofoam packaging became its undoing. By the early 1990s, environmental campaigns against single-use plastics gained momentum, and McDonald's faced increasing pressure to adopt more sustainable practices. Despite its relatively short life, the McDLT left a lasting impression on fans. Many remember its quirky packaging as part of the fun, while others still pine for the perfect balance of fresh vegetables and a piping hot burger patty. Online, the McDLT remains a cult favorite, often mentioned as one of the most innovative burgers McDonald's ever created. McDonald's McSalad Shakers. Salads aren't typically associated with fun, but McDonald's found a way to make them exciting with McSalad Shakers. Introduced in the early 2000s, these salads came in tall, clear cups. Customers could add dressing, snap on the lid, and shake the cup to mix everything evenly. Available in flavors like Chef, Caesar, and Garden, McSalad Shakers were popular for their portability and interactive design. But by the mid-2000s, they were replaced by more traditional box-style salads. Why? McDonald's likely wanted to align its menu with a more serious approach to health and nutrition. Still, many fans argue that nothing since has matched the convenience and fun of the Shakers. Hot mustard sauce. For decades, McDonald's hot mustard sauce was a staple dipping option for McNuggets. Combining tangy mustard with a subtle kick of spice, it stood out among the sweeter options like sweet and sour or BBQ sauce. In 2014, McDonald's shocked fans by discontinuing the sauce, claiming low sales as the reason. The move sparked immediate backlash. Fans took to social media, starting petitions and hashtags like "Bring Back Hot Mustard." Some even resorted to eBay, where unopened packets were sold for outrageous prices. To this day, hot mustard sauce remains one of the most missed items in McDonald's history. It wasn't just a sauce. For many, it was the perfect complement to McNuggets, fries, and even burgers. Despite the occasional limited re-release in select markets, it has never made a full return. McDonald's McSpaghetti. McSpaghetti was McDonald's bold attempt to enter the pasta market. Launched in the 1980s, it featured spaghetti noodles topped with a sweet, tangy tomato sauce, often paired with meatballs or ground beef and a side of garlic bread. It was an ambitious move, designed to diversify McDonald's offerings and attract families looking for a heartier, sit-down meal option. However, the sweet flavor profile of the sauce, intended to appeal to children, clashed with the expectations of traditional pasta lovers in the U.S. As a result, McSpaghetti struggled to gain traction. Compounding this was the logistical challenge. Preparing pasta on a fast food assembly line proved inefficient compared to burgers and fries. While McSpaghetti faded quickly in most markets, it found unexpected success in the Philippines, where the dish's sweet flavor aligned with local preferences. There, it remains a beloved menu staple, often paired with fried chicken in McDonald's popular McDo meal combos. For Americans, though, it remains a quirky footnote in McDonald's history, sparking occasional online debates about whether it deserves a second chance. McDonald's pizza. In the late 1980s, McDonald's attempted to diversify its menu by entering the pizza market. The idea was simple, yet ambitious. Make McDonald's a one-stop shop for families, where parents could grab a pizza while the kids enjoyed happy meals. The McPizza came in classic varieties like cheese, pepperoni, and deluxe. Fans praised its flavor, describing it as a unique twist on traditional fast food pizza. However, the execution was far from perfect. Fast food is all about speed, and the McPizza took 10 to 11 minutes to cook, an eternity by McDonald's standards. Franchisees had to invest in expensive new ovens, which added to the complexity. By the mid-1990s, the McPizza was phased out in most locations, though it lingered in a few spots until the early 2000s. Fans haven't forgotten. Social media is full of nostalgic posts about the McPizza, with some people driving hours to the few locations that briefly reintroduced it. Could it make a comeback in today's fast casual dining landscape? Many believe it could, especially with advancements in cooking technology. Onion nuggets. Before McDonald's perfected the Chicken McNugget, they introduced onion nuggets in the 1970s. These were bite-sized pieces of onion, battered and fried to crispy perfection. Unlike onion rings, which were common at the time, onion nuggets had a unique shape and texture that set them apart from other fast food offerings. While they didn't last long on the menu, they gained a cult following among customers who appreciated their bold, savory flavor. Some fans argue that onion nuggets were ahead of their time, offering a creative take on onions as a main feature rather than a side. Their discontinuation was likely due to low sales, but modern fans speculate that onion nuggets could thrive today, especially with the rise of plant-based eating trends. With some tweaks, they could easily be marketed as a vegan or vegetarian-friendly option, appealing to a growing demographic of health-conscious customers. It's a wonder McDonald's hasn't brought them back to test the waters in today's market. Cheddar Melt. The Cheddar Melt was a fan-favorite McDonald's burger first introduced in the late 1980s. This indulgent creation featured a juicy beef patty topped with rich, creamy cheddar cheese sauce and a heaping pile of caramelized onions, all served on a soft toasted rye bun. Its unique combination of flavors set it apart from standard menu items, offering a home-style comfort food experience that was hard to beat. What made the Cheddar Melt special was its focus on warm, gooey, and savory flavors that felt indulgent and satisfying. The rye bun added an earthy twist that elevated the burger, making it memorable for those who craved something a little different. Despite its popularity during its limited-time runs, the Cheddar Melt never became a permanent menu item. Its premium ingredients and higher production costs likely played a role in its discontinuation. Still, the Cheddar Melt left a lasting impression. Fans have repeatedly called for its return, with petitions and social media campaigns highlighting their love for this cheesy classic. Though it hasn't made a comeback, it remains a nostalgic favorite for many, symbolizing the creativity of McDonald's past. McDonald's McHotDog. Hot dogs aren't the first thing you think of when it comes to McDonald's, but the company gave them a shot in the 1990s. The McHotDog was offered at select locations during summer months, aimed at customers looking for a quick portable snack. While they were initially well received, the McHotDog never expanded nationwide. Part of the reason? Founder Ray Kroc reportedly opposed the idea, believing that hot dogs didn't align with McDonald's commitment to quality and consistency. Today, the McHotDog is mostly forgotten, but it remains a quirky footnote in McDonald's history. Angus Burger. In 2009, McDonald's introduced the Angus Third Pounder, a line of premium burgers aimed at capturing the gourmet fast food trend. Available in options like mushroom and Swiss, deluxe, and bacon and cheese, these burgers featured thicker patties and high-quality toppings that rivaled offerings from boutique burger joints. The Angus burgers marked a departure from McDonald's typical fast food fare, emphasizing bold flavors and a more satisfying, upscale experience. Customers appreciated the juiciness of the Angus beef and the attention to detail in the toppings, like caramelized onions and specialty sauces, which elevated the overall experience. While the Angus burgers initially drew praise for their flavor and presentation, they struggled to maintain their place on the menu. By 2013, McDonald's discontinued them, citing high costs and inconsistent sales. The economic climate at the time made premium-priced menu items less appealing to customers, especially when traditional favorites like the Big Mac and Quarter Pounder were more affordable. For fans, the Angus Third Pounder was a rare example of McDonald's competing with upscale burger chains like Five Guys or Shake Shack. Its absence left a noticeable gap for customers seeking a higher-end option, and many still hope for its return, believing it set a new standard for what McDonald's burgers could be. McDonald's McLobster. The McLobster was McDonald's ambitious attempt to add a touch of luxury to its menu, featuring a lobster roll aimed at fans of coastal cuisine. Launched in select markets during the 1990s, the sandwich consisted of chunks of real lobster meat tossed in a light, creamy dressing and served on a soft split-top bun with shredded lettuce. It was McDonald's answer to the high-end seafood trend, a seasonal item typically offered in regions like New England and Eastern Canada, where lobster was more culturally significant and accessible. While the idea was innovative, the McLobster faced significant challenges. The price, which ranged from $5 to $7 depending on the location, was considered high for fast food, and some customers questioned the quality of seafood served in a quick-service setting. Supply chain difficulties also made it hard to offer consistently fresh lobster in every market. Critics were quick to point out that the McLobster lacked the richness and flavor of traditional lobster rolls found at dedicated seafood shacks. However, loyal fans appreciated its affordability compared to restaurant-grade lobster dishes. Over time, the item disappeared from most menus due to limited demand and logistical hurdles, though it occasionally resurfaces in certain regions as a seasonal offering. Chicken Selects. Chicken Selects debuted in 2004 as part of McDonald's effort to attract an older, more sophisticated demographic. Unlike McNuggets, these tenders were larger, crispier, and offered in 3-piece, 5-piece, or larger packs. Customers could choose from dipping sauces like ranch, honey mustard, or sweet chili. Initially, Chicken Selects were a hit. They were marketed as a higher quality option, perfect for adults who wanted something a little more refined. However, by 2013, McDonald's pulled them from the menu, citing inconsistent demand and high production costs. Fans have never stopped mourning the loss of Chicken Selects. While McDonald's occasionally introduces similar items, like the buttermilk crispy tenders, many argue that nothing has ever truly matched the original. High C Orange Lavaburst. For decades, High C Orange Lavaburst was a staple of McDonald's drink lineup, beloved for its sweet, citrusy flavor. It was especially popular with kids, pairing perfectly with Happy Meals. But in 2017, McDonald's replaced it with Sprite Tropic Berry, a move aimed at modernizing its beverage menu. Fans were outraged. Social media campaigns and online petitions flooded McDonald's, demanding the drink's return. In 2021, McDonald's partially gave in, reintroducing High C Orange Lavaburst to select locations. While it's not back everywhere, its return proves that customer demand can't be ignored. McDonald's Fish McBites. Launched in 2013, Fish McBites were a bite-sized version of the classic Filet-O-Fish, designed to appeal to families and fans of shareable snacks. Each piece featured a crispy, golden coating and a flaky white fish interior, making them a convenient, dippable alternative to the larger sandwich. Despite their unique offering, Fish McBites struggled to carve out a niche in the McDonald's menu. Some customers found them too similar to other fried seafood options on the market, while others felt the flavor was underwhelming compared to the beloved Filet-O-Fish. Additionally, their relatively high price for a snack-sized item may have deterred repeat purchases. Fish McBites were quietly pulled from the menu within the same year, but their brief run sparked a dedicated fan base. Those who loved their crunchy texture and subtle flavor still reminisce about the rare seafood edition. Even today, some customers wonder if McDonald's might ever reintroduce a reimagined version of this short-lived experiment. McDonald's McHula. The McHula was McDonald's playful attempt to bring island-inspired flavors to its menu. This unique burger featured a beef patty topped with a thick slice of grilled pineapple, lettuce, and mayonnaise, all sandwiched between the signature sesame seed bun. The pineapple was the star, adding a sweet, tangy contrast to the savory beef, reminiscent of the flavor combinations popular in Hawaiian cuisine. The McHula stood out as a refreshing departure from the traditional fast food offerings, catering to adventurous eaters looking for something a bit exotic. However, it didn't stay on the menu for long. Some speculate that its polarizing flavor profile and the unconventional use of pineapple in a burger didn't resonate with the majority of McDonald's customer base. Others point to logistical challenges, as fresh pineapple was more difficult and costly to source consistently. Despite its short run, the McHula holds a special place in the hearts of those who crave tropical-inspired fast food. McDonald's McRib. The McRib is one of those items that has had a roller coaster of a history. First introduced in the 1980s, the McRib was a BBQ-flavored pork patty served on a bun with pickles and onions. It quickly gained a cult following for its unique taste and limited availability, leading to a wave of excitement whenever it returned. However, the McRib's odd texture and slightly artificial flavor made it a polarizing item. Some loved it, while others found it strange and unappealing. Over the years, McDonald's has reintroduced the McRib intermittently, but it has never quite managed to establish itself as a consistent menu item. Its legacy is one of nostalgia and occasional fervor, making it a fascinating entry in fast food lore. Shamrock Sundae. Building on the success of the Shamrock Shake, McDonald's introduced the Shamrock Sundae in the 1980s. This dessert featured creamy vanilla soft serve topped with a bright green, mint-flavored syrup. It was a festive treat, released seasonally to coincide with St. Patrick's Day. While the Shamrock Shake remains a beloved tradition, the Shamrock Sundae didn't last. Its minty syrup was divisive, with some customers loving the flavor and others finding it overpowering. By the early 1990s, the sundae was discontinued, but its fleeting existence remains a nostalgic memory for those who indulged in its vibrant, minty sweetness. The common thread in all these stories? McDonald's isn't afraid to take risks, but those risks don't always pay off. Whether it's due to operational challenges, high costs, or shifting consumer trends, many beloved items have been retired. But there's hope. McDonald's has shown a willingness to bring back fan favorites, even if only for a limited time. Items like the McRib and High C Orange Lavaburst prove that customer demand can influence corporate decisions. McDonald's discontinued items aren't just about food, they're about memories. They remind us of family road trips, late-night snack runs, and childhood happy meals. While we may never see all these items return, their legacy lives on in the hearts of fans worldwide. Love food nostalgia? Subscribe for more deep dives or check out our next video to keep the memories alive.